Okay.
Hi, so welcome to Heather Ann Ferri's website. And I'm really honored because I'm actually on the screen with a beautiful, I call a beautiful goddess that I asked to give a testimony about, my work as a teacher. We met years ago in New York City. I'm also an artist. She's a teacher and actress. So we have this combination of theater arts, this combination of healing. And so, Sharon, I'm going to give the stage to you and just sit back.
Okay. Well, as Heather said, we met many years ago, and our meeting was really a lot of opening for me. I would say spiritually, because she taught Kundalini yoga combined with Pilates. And I had never even considered that possibility, but we were in class with her. And for some reason, we did gravitate towards one another. And I would imagine that is a spiritual connection. The one thing that I really loved about her was the reference to the breath, because my first professional acting teacher was someone who emphasized the importance of breathing. She would tell us, if you don't breathe, you die. And I think that happens literally as well as figuratively. Often we are not even aware of how we're breathing or even if we're breathing. So for me, that was a real opening to possibilities of learning how to breathe in another format or another way other than professional acting. And I loved the way that she presented the class. I often think about one of the students in the class who was 83 years old, Miriam.
Yes.
And Miriam came every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And she was not necessarily as physically adept as others, but she was connected. She was there. So she became my example of, when I'm 83, I want to be Miriam. And then I'm reminded that Miriam had this accident, this very serious car accident. And Heather came into class and told us about it and said she had gone to the hospital and her family members were there, but the doctors were astonished because Miriam was so strong and powerful. And they kind of felt at her age, she probably would have been gone. However, there she was, still breathing. So for me, I felt that that work that Heather gave us, that concept of breathing when we move into the poses, was really shaping not only me, but others as well, probably in ways that maybe she didn't even realize. And so I often gravitate to that story because that reminds me of how powerful her work is. Fast forward to the pandemic era. I mean, we stayed in touch here and there, but we reconnected during this time, and I started taking her classes again. And what I love about her classes is the invitation to not force anything, because probably when I was first working with her, I wanted to get those poses. So I probably forced more than I should have. And now it's just letting go again, emphasizing the breath, and more importantly, emphasizing the love. One of my spiritual teachers talks about giving yourself a spiritual love bath, or giving yourself a love bath. And Heather does that without saying that it's a love bath when we're working. She reminds us always with the mantra, I am love. And that has become my mantra, not only in yoga class, but also being consciously aware of saying that to myself throughout the day. I am love. The I am is a powerful concept. It is in scripture with Moses when he encountered the supreme deity. Who shall I say you are? I am that I am. So the powerful words of I am love helps me with my poses, helps me with my life, and helps to remind me that I am love. Now, in working with Heather, I've been thinking lately about the fact that she has done a lot of work with trauma. And I think that work is so special and it's necessary now. What I have been also thinking about is, and this just recently came to me, is probably the fact that so many of us have been traumatized by this pandemic without even recognizing it as such. And I think that the work that she offers, whether, no matter who it is, I think will open one up to the possibility of recognizing and realizing their own trauma, and also the accumulation of trauma, perhaps politically, socially, culturally, racially, and so forth. And so I think if one works with Heather, you're in for a phenomenal experience. You're in for a treat. You're opening your mind, your body, your spirit to unlimited or limitless possibilities. I think you will laugh. I know you will. You will laugh more. You will love more. You will live more by working with her. She is such an adept. The adepts are high conscious beings. She can feel what you are feeling, go through what you are going through, because she has dealt with and recognized and done a lot of work with her own trauma and traumas. So if you want to really take off, you're going to be much better with Heather. So I could say a lot more, but I'm going to stop myself.